things I like to do here in my little home shop, my home woodworking shop, is to take a piece of wood that would normally get discarded. It's either warped, hopelessly warped, or buggy, and I like to work with that wood and turn it into something beautiful. I thought you might like to see one of my latest creations. I took a piece of olive wood that was very badly warped and full of bug holes, and I created something that I think is really beautiful. So let me know in the comments below if you like it. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we can make out of this one piece of olive. It's pretty beat up. As you can see, it's got a good warp in it, a good bow in it, I guess. It was one piece, but I cut it in half so I could deal with it a little bit better. So, okay, this is a piece of olive. I don't know, it's about, whatever, I don't know, 20 inches, 24 inches. And we're gonna see what we can do with it. This is a piece of wood that somebody didn't want, they were gonna throw away, and I'm gonna make something beautiful out of it. So I have cleaned up these boards, at least it cleaned up the outside, cut them to length for my epoxy mold, cleaned out all of the bark. Ooh, I see a little bit of bark there. I gotta work on that. Clean out the bark, and now do you see all these little insect holes right here? I have to work on getting those cleaned out so that the epoxy can go down in there, so when I flatten these there's not additional voids in the wood. Hope that makes sense. So that's the next step on this junk wood project. It's not junk wood, actually. Olive is just beautiful. Look at this piece of olive over here that I'm working on. This is going to be beautiful as well. It's thin because it's just, well, I didn't have much wood to work with, but it's really heavy, dense wood. So it'll make a really nice charcuterie board when I'm all done. But this one, much thicker. See how thick that is. And but once I get it out of the epoxy mold and then flatten it, it'll be considerably thinner. So anyway, next step is to clean up these little little bit of bark and these insect holes, and then put it in the epoxy mold or epoxy. Okay, this might be one of my more expensive junk wood salvage projects because it's going to require quite a bit of epoxy, and epoxy is not cheap. So, but anyway, I've got it in this great mold. These molds are fantastic. This is a 24 by 12 inch plastic mold. We're going to pour epoxy around it and then let it set for a couple days and come back and see what we have, and then flatten it, and should be a nice little charcuterie board. I've got all the little bug holes cleaned out so that they can be filled in with epoxy, so when I go flatten it there won't be additional voids, or at least there'll be fewer.